everybody, and welcome to Frankie's DIY Life. I'm Frankie. You know, I took off for a little while for the holidays and stuff, but I'm back now, and I'm going to do some thrifting, some thrift flips, I guess you'd say. Actually, this is not a thrift. This shirt right here is my husband's, and he gets tired of stuff. He asks me, do I want it, and I always take it because this is a good shirt. It's a real thick material, and the ballpark will be cranking up in February, and you know how it gets a little chilly there when the sun goes down. Anyway, I'm going to remake this into something. Here's my plan. I have got this. It's a pillowcase, and I like the saying on it. I just thought it was cute. Anyway, I'm going to put that on the back of that shirt. You know I'm going to cut them cuffs off, because, you know, he's taller than me, so the cuffs way down here. So I'm going to cut those cuffs off. And then when I do, I've got some pants that I had cut off. And I think I'm going to use the bottom of these pants for the cuff. That's my thinking, not sure. Okay, I just washed my hair when I got out of the shower a while ago, and it's looking pretty bad. So, two things. If I bend over and you happen to see some gray up there, do me a favor, pretend like you didn't see it, okay? That'd help me out. Number two, I'm going to put something up right here that somebody wrote. Now, and I'm all about transparency. It's still out there. If you want to see it, I'll have to look and see what post it was on. But I just want to say that I just do this for fun. I am in no way whatsoever a professional, as my daughter used to say when she was young, a professional. But anyway, I just do this for fun, and this ain't for everybody. So if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. You know, I don't like everything I see, you know. But anyway, somebody wrote something real nasty, and I'll post it up here. And I just had a comment to say, well, thank you for your comment. I hope you have a blessed day. But just keep in mind, you know, everybody don't like everything. If they did, this world would be boring, okay, because everything would be the same. So just thought I'd throw that out there. When I took down all of my Christmas stuff, I didn't want to put the stuff that was back up there again after Christmas. So I've been trying to do this shabby chic, and so I went thrifting. And so I don't think I spent over $5.99 on anything. And so I'm going to show you what I got and how I styled it, or where it's at. So, but that'll be at the end. So let's get started with this shirt right here. I'm going to whack these cuffs off. Anyway, I cut these off, cuffs, and I took it to my machine, and I just went around it with my serging machine. And I went right above this button, and it will look, well, I guess I better do it and then show it to you. You know what it looks like, instead of me trying to tell you what it's going to look like. So let me do it. So let me get started with that. Okay, before I do that, I'm going to show you, you know, that right there is going to be way too thick. So I'm going to cut those off on both sides, and then I'll sew them together, and then I'll sew them around. Okay, so I got it pinned on, and I'm going to sew all the way around it, and then I'll fold it down, and then do a top stitch around that, okay? Okay, I got the one on, and I'm not liking it because I think it's too long. That's why I chopped the cuffs off. So anyway, I'm going to have to take it back off and then cut it up above that button right there. I'm going to take that off, trial and error. That's the way it goes. Okay, changing plans. I pulled that back off. That's a little thick to be going around that, since this is a thick shirt too, and I got one needle left to my name, and it's in that machine. So I don't know why I didn't get some needles when I was getting these good scissors, but I forgot. Anyhow, I am not going to try to sew that through that machine again. I'm afraid it might break a needle. I am going to opt for lace. So let me try that. All right, so I put it on. I sewed it all the way around the cuff, and what I'm doing is trying to make it lay flat. So here's where I sewed it on, and I'm just pushing it down like this, and just running me a little top stitch across the top. Well, okay, you know what they say, if you don't first succeed, put some lace on it. Now I'm going to work on the pockets right through here. All right, so I'm going to put my shirt on the mannequin so I'll know where to put my pockets. But the funny thing is about this jacket, it's got this green on through here, right here, and under the collar, which is very cute. I don't like green. the funny thing about it is, let me get up here. Let me see if I can turn the camera around. Okay, I got to turn around. Funny thing is about this jacket right here, and tell me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know. But anyway, while I was at the Goodwill, uh, this lady, I was dropping off something. So there you go. I was dropping off something at the Goodwill. This lady was in front of me, and she opened up her trunk. And when she did, she had a ton of clothes in there. Well, the first thing I seen was this jacket, blue jean jacket. And you know, blue jean jackets, you can't have too many of those. It's got this green and stuff on there I don't like, because I don't like green. I'm not a fan of that green. But I wanted to, in my mind, I'm thinking other stuff I could do. Anyway, when she opened it up and she was fixing to pull some stuff out, I said, is that a jacket, a blue jean jacket I see in there? She said, yes, it is. She said, do you want it before I put it in the bins? And I said, well, heck yeah, thank you. You know, and so I took it. So was I wrong to take it? I don't know. She offered it to me and I took it. My husband looked at me and he's going like this right here, you know, but she didn't put it in the bin, so I wasn't stealing it. She gave it to me before she put it in the bin for the Goodwill. So anyway, I'm going to take this off and put my shirt on. I just thought I would tell you about that jacket. Okay, so here's my jacket on. It's my shirt. And I'm wanting to put those pockets somewhere around here. That way when I put my hands up, my pockets will be right about there. So that's my plan. I've cut me 2 squares out of this blanket, and I am fixing to add my cuffs to the front. Now that's way too big, so I'm going to have to cut them down. Okay, so what I'm fixing to do is I'm fixing to cut these buttons off right about here. All right, so I got them cut off. Of course, they're way too big, but I'm gonna sew this top to this piece right here. I was wanting to come in at an angle, you know, and have like a pocket like right there, so I could come in at an angle. So I don't know if I'm gonna have enough room to do that. I may have to just make them straight. Okay, so I've went to the machine and I put this cuff on. I sewed it this way, then I folded it down, done me a top stitch down it so it would lay flat. What I'm going to do is just line that up with these. Thank goodness it's got places for me to line it up, because I'm not that good of a straight eyeballer. Sometimes I think I am. Anyway, that's where I'm going to put them, right through there. Well, all right, I got them pockets sewed on both sides. Now what I'm fixing to do is flip it over, and I'm fixing to put that little saying that I got on the back. So let me get that right here. Actually, I'm going to have to cut it off first, because it's got a zipper on it. And I'm going to save that zipper so I can use that on something else. So I'm fixing to cut it off, position it in the back, and sew that on. And then I think I'm going to have enough lace, if I can find it. It must have fell on the floor. I think I'm going to have enough lace to go all the way around the bottom. I serged it all the way around, and I am just going to pin it as is. And then I'm just going to zigzag around there. Got her pinned and headed to the sewing machine. All right, so I got that sewed on, and I tried it on, and of course you can't see and pin stuff when it's on your back, but when I got it on, I felt like it was like too low up here. I should have raised it up some more, but I ain't taking it off. So I've got this little pocket right here that I pulled off of a white shirt. I am just going to center it up here, and I've got that coordinating thing I cut off of the cuff. I'm going to sew it to there. And I just think that will just finish it off. All right, so I guess all I got now is to sew my little ruffle on at the bottom. Well, that's it for the day. I hope you like my shirt makeover that I did. And if you're new to the channel, I recycle stuff, upcycle stuff, reuse, redo, whatever it is, you got it. Anyway, I want to thank you all for staying tuned in while I was gone, and thank everybody that's new to the channel. I try to post something once every week or once every 2 weeks, something like that. Nothing big. Like I said, this is just for fun. I don't resell, and I'm not a professional. So there it is. I'm just having fun. I hope you are too. Until next time, God bless you. God bless your family, and y'all stay healthy, wealthy, and hopefully